Why do so many young people work hard, stay busy, and still struggle financially? They hustle, they dream big, they scroll through success stories every day, yet wealth feels further away than ever. Jim Rohn once said, "Failure is not a single event, it's a few errors in judgment repeated every day." And that's where most young people lose the game, quietly, slowly, without even realizing it. In this speech, you'll discover the real reasons wealth slips away early in life, and more importantly, how to avoid those traps before it's too late. Watch till the end, because one lesson could change your entire future. Lesson 1. Confusing activity with progress. The great tragedy of the modern era is the glorification of the hustle without a clear destination. We see it everywhere. The entrepreneur who works 16 hours a day but never sees a profit, or the student who stays up all night studying while scrolling through social media. This is what Jim Rohn referred to as the difference between motion and momentum. You can be running on a treadmill, sweating and exerting massive amounts of energy, but when you step off, you are in the exact same spot where you started. Activity is easy, progress is difficult. Progress requires a deliberate choice to ignore the noise and focus on the few things that actually move the needle. Jim Rohn famously taught that we are not paid for our time, we are paid for the value we bring to the marketplace. The marketplace doesn't care how tired you are or how many emails you sent. It only cares about results. Many young people fall into the trap of busyness as a form of procrastination. They organize their desks, tweak their logos, and attend endless networking events, all while avoiding the high-stakes work that actually generates income. This is a form of self-delusion. To build wealth, you must ruthlessly audit your schedule. If your activities aren't leading to a measurable increase in your skills, your assets, or your reach, you aren't making progress, you're just vibrating. To transition from activity to progress, one must understand the law of focus. Imagine a magnifying glass. If you move it constantly, the sun's rays never stay in one place long enough to create fire. But if you hold it still, you can ignite a flame. Wealth building is the same. It requires picking a high-value direction and staying the course until a result is achieved. This means saying no to 99% of opportunities so you can say yes to the 1% that compounds. The goal is to move from being a generalist of effort to a specialist of results. When you stop measuring your day by how tired you are and start measuring it by what you produced, your financial life will begin to transform. Furthermore, the digital age has exacerbated this confusion by creating a feedback loop of pseudo-productivity. Checking notifications, responding to instant messages, and monitoring vanity metrics on social media feel like work, but they are often just sophisticated distractions. These activities drain our cognitive energy, our most precious resource, leaving us too exhausted to engage in deep work. Jim Rohn warned that the thick of thin things is where dreams go to die. To escape this trap, you must develop the discipline to disconnect. True progress is often quiet, solitary, and boring. It is the result of hours spent in deep concentration, away from the applause of the crowd. Ultimately, the shift from activity to progress is a shift in identity. It is moving from being someone who tries to someone who delivers. This requires a high level of self-honesty. You must be willing to look at your bank account and your calendar and admit when they don't align. If you claim to want financial independence but spend your best hours on low-impact tasks, you are lying to yourself. Success is a numbers game, but only if you are playing with the right numbers. Focus on the vital few, those tasks that yield the highest return on investment, and watch as your motion finally turns into unstoppable momentum. Lesson 2. Ignoring personal development. There is a fundamental law of the universe that most people ignore. Your level of success will rarely exceed your level of personal development. Jim Rohn's most iconic advice was to work harder on yourself than you do on your job. This sounds counterintuitive to a culture that obsesses over career climbing and corporate ladders. However, your job pays you for your current value, but your self-development determines your future worth. If you only work on your job, you might make a living. If you work on yourself, you can make a fortune. The glass ceiling on your income is actually a reflection of the limitations of your own mind. Investment in self-development is the only investment with a guaranteed infinite return. While the stock market fluctuates and real estate cycles come and go, the skills you develop and the wisdom you acquire stay with you forever. If you lost everything tomorrow, your money, your house, your connections, your personal development is what would allow you to build it all back. This is why the wealthy spend more on books and seminars than they do on entertainment. They understand that a single idea, a new perspective, or a refined skill can be worth millions of dollars over a lifetime. You are your own greatest asset. Treat yourself as a project that is never finished. Personal development isn't just about reading books, it's about the transformation of character. It involves developing the discipline to wake up early, the emotional intelligence to handle conflict, and the courage to take calculated risks. It's about shedding the old version of yourself that is comfortable with mediocrity and forging a new version that demands excellence. Jim Rohn taught that to have more, you must first be more. This means looking inward and identifying the mental viruses, the limiting beliefs and poor habits that are sabotaging your growth. You cannot build a skyscraper on a foundation of sand, and you cannot build a life of wealth on a foundation of a poor mindset. The marketplace is like a mirror. It reflects back to you exactly what you are worth. If you aren't happy with your income, don't yell at the mirror, change the person standing in front of it. This requires a curriculum for your life. Most people stop learning the moment they graduate from formal education. They think the learning phase of life is over and the working phase has begun. This is a recipe for stagnation. The most successful people are lifelong students. They study psychology, economics, communication, and health. They understand that the more they know, the more connections they can make and the more problems they can solve. And in this world, we are paid in direct proportion to the size of the problems we solve. Finally, personal development provides the resilience necessary to sustain wealth. Many people win the lottery or stumble into a windfall only to lose it all within a few years. This happens because their bank accounts outgrew their mindsets. They had the money of a millionaire but the habits of a person in debt. Without the internal structure of discipline and wisdom, wealth is a burden that eventually slips through your fingers. By focusing on personal development first, you ensure that when the money comes, you have the character to keep it, grow it, and use it for good. Work on your philosophy, your attitude, and your skills every single day, and the money will eventually find its way to you. Lesson 3: Living for today, forgetting tomorrow. The philosophy of YOLO, you only live once, has been the financial ruin of an entire generation. While the sentiment of enjoying life is valid, it is often used as a convenient excuse for impulsive spending and a lack of foresight. When you live exclusively for today, you are essentially stealing from your future self. Every dollar spent on a fleeting pleasure, a designer bag, a luxury car lease, or an overpriced dinner is a dollar that could have been invested to buy your freedom later. Wealth is not built on what you earn, it is built on what you keep. The inability to delay gratification is the single greatest predictor of financial failure. Jim Rohn often spoke about the seed and the harvest. If a farmer eats his seeds in the winter because he is hungry and wants a snack, he has nothing to plant in the spring. Without planting, there is no harvest in the autumn. Most people are seed eaters. They receive their paycheck and immediately consume it all, leaving nothing to be planted in the fertile soil of investments. They trade their long-term liberty for short-term comfort. The wealthy, however, have the discipline to go a little bit hungry today so they can have an abundance tomorrow. They understand that money is a tool for the future, not just a currency for current desires. The concept of compounding interest is often called the eighth wonder of the world, but it requires one thing that most people lack: time. By living for today, you reset the clock on compounding every single month. You never allow your money to reach the critical mass where it starts making its own money. This is the trap of the now. We are biologically wired to want instant rewards, but we live in an economic system that rewards those who can look 10, 20, or 30 years into the distance. If you cannot master your impulses, you will always be a slave to your paycheck, regardless of how much you earn. Sacrifice is a word that has fallen out of favor, but it is the cornerstone of all great achievements. To have the life that others don't have, you must be willing to do the things that others won't do. This means living below your means while your peers are upgrading their lifestyles. It means choosing a modest apartment so you can fund a brokerage account. It means realizing that stuff does not equal success. True wealth is the peace of mind that comes from knowing you are prepared for whatever the future holds. It is the ability to walk away from a toxic job because you have FU money in the bank. That level of freedom is worth more than any temporary luxury. To fix this, you must create a vision for your future that is more exciting than your current temptations. If you don't have a clear why for saving, the how will always feel like a chore. You need to visualize your future self, older, perhaps less able to work, and ask what kind of life you want them to have. Do you want them to be stressed about bills, or do you want them to be free to pursue their passions? When you make decisions with your future self in mind, you stop seeing saving as a loss and start seeing it as a gift. Your future self is either going to thank you or curse you for the decisions you make today. Choose wisely. Lesson 4. Blaming circumstances instead of choices. We live in a culture of victimhood. It is incredibly easy and socially acceptable to blame outside forces for our lack of financial progress. We blame the government, the taxes, the interest rates, our upbringing, or our toxic boss. While these factors certainly exist and can create obstacles, they are not the ultimate architects of our destiny. Jim Rohn famously said, "The same wind blows on us all. The wind of the economy, the wind of politics, the wind of change. It blows on everyone." The difference in where people end up isn't determined by the wind, it's determined by the set of their sail. Taking 100% responsibility for your life is the most terrifying and liberating realization you can ever have. It is terrifying because it means you can no longer use excuses to justify your failures. It is liberating because it means that if you are the cause of your problems, you are also the solution. If your poverty is your choice through your habits and mindset, then wealth can also be your choice. The moment you stop looking outward for someone to blame and start looking inward for what you can change, you reclaim your power. Responsibility is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. When you blame circumstances, you effectively hand over your power to those circumstances. If the reason you aren't wealthy is the economy, then you have to wait for the economy to change before you can be successful. You become a leaf in the wind waiting for someone else to fix your life. But when you own your choices, you realize that you can succeed in any economy. People get rich in recessions and people go broke in booms. The external environment is a variable, but you are the constant. Your choices, what you learn, how you work, who you associate with, are the only things you can truly control. Focus on the control, not the circumstance. Jim Rohn encouraged people to stop wishing it were easier and start wishing they were better. Wishing for the world to change is a fool's errand. The world has been chaotic for thousands of years and will likely remain so. The only thing you can change is yourself. This mindset shift requires a high degree of self-awareness. You have to look at your daily routine and ask, are these the choices of a wealthy person? If you spend your evenings watching television and your weekends sleeping in, don't blame the economy for your lack of wealth. Your circumstances are the harvest of the seeds you planted yesterday. If you don't like the harvest, change the seeds. Finally, embracing responsibility means embracing the pain of discipline over the pain of regret. It is difficult to take ownership when things go wrong. It is painful to admit that you wasted money or missed an opportunity, but that pain is instructive. It teaches you how to do better next time. The pain of regret, however, is a weight that gets heavier as the years go by. By choosing to be responsible today, you are choosing a future of empowerment. Wealth starts the moment you stop saying "I can't because" and start saying "I will because." Own your life, own your choices, and eventually, you will own your world. Lesson 5. Waiting for motivation instead of building habits. Motivation is a feeling, and feelings are notoriously unreliable. They come and go with the weather, your blood sugar levels, or the latest song you heard. Relying on motivation to build wealth is like trying to sail a ship only when there is a hurricane. It's inconsistent and dangerous. Most people fail financially because they only feel like saving, investing, or working hard on certain days. On the days they feel tired or uninspired, they do nothing. Jim Rohn taught that discipline is the glue that holds your goals together. Without habits, even the most brilliant plan will fail. The secret to wealth is found in your daily routine. Success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day. while failure is simply a few errors in judgment repeated every day. It is the cumulative effect of these small actions that creates massive results. Think of a habit like a cable. Each day you perform the action, you weave a small thread into the cable. Eventually the cable becomes so strong that it cannot be broken. If you have a habit of putting away 10% of your income the moment you get paid, you don't need motivation to save. It becomes an automatic part of who you are. The problem with waiting for motivation is that it often follows action rather than preceding it. Most people think they need to feel inspired before they start working. In reality, the act of working often produces the inspiration. This is the Newton's first law of productivity. An object at rest stays at rest, but an object in motion stays in motion. By building habits, you create a system that keeps you in motion even when your emotions are dragging you down. You don't find time to build wealth. You make it a non-negotiable habit, just like brushing your teeth or eating. Wealthy people are simply people with wealthy habits. They have a habit of reading daily, a habit of tracking their expenses, a habit of seeking out mentors, and a habit of persistence. These habits aren't flashy or exciting. In fact, they are often quite mundane, but they are the foundation upon which empires are built. You must automate your financial life as much as possible to remove the need for willpower. Set up automatic transfers to your savings and investment accounts. Create a standard operating procedure for your workday. When you remove the need to make a decision, you remove the opportunity for your unmotivated self to sabotage your progress. In the end, your life is the sum of your habits. If you want to change your financial destination, you must change your daily map. Jim Rohn noted that we must all suffer one of two pains, the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. Discipline weighs ounces while regret weighs tons. By choosing the daily discipline of habits, you are protecting yourself from the crushing weight of a life unfulfilled. Don't wait for the perfect moment or the right feeling to start building your future. Start today, build the habit, and let the consistency do the heavy lifting. The road to wealth is paved with boring daily actions. Walk it long enough and you'll find yourself at the destination. Wealth failure isn't caused by bad luck, it's caused by small mistakes repeated daily. The good news, the same is true for success. Change your habits, sharpen your mindset, and take responsibility for your future. As Jim Rohn said, success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day. Start today. Your future is waiting.